Put on your helmets and buckle your chin straps for the wildest podcast held in the Steel City. Dubs and Chickenhawk will give you a taste of the past in fried jumbo.
I do remember that now. Mm-hmm. It's
And
funny.
you did come back, though, and you were still playing ball all the way through high school and all that.
Yeah.
So you played baseball for Croup, and did you play at, what do you call it,
Legion.
Bernie's, too? He coached Pony League at Bernie.
Pony League, I played for him. I think it was the Eagles.
Okay, the Eagles went.
Yeah.
Okay.
First year I played for the Lions, and then he came and coached Eagles when Bobby came up.
Okay.
Then he eventually came up and coached Legion,
Okay.
my last year of Legion.
Oh, yeah, it was strange back then.
Still-
I do remember one bag, though.
One bag, it was
they
it.
would dump out the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was
One of
it.
those Army surplus
Army
bags.
Canvas, those canvas.
You just hear like 3 helmets and a bunch of bats.
And-
going,
And that's all it was the Army surplus,
They were-
right
yeah,
from
those-
World War II
those
or Korea or
bats,
something.
They had a red one and a blue one.
Yeah.
yeah.
And they were so heavy.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were.
And that's all you got.
That's
You
it.
know,
like-
what are you using, red or blue?
Yeah.
That's it. Blue
Yeah.
is heavier than red, but
Yeah, they were like.
I
mush.
can't remember ever getting like a bat.
We didn't have
As a
those.
gift.
We didn't have those eras where we got to use those Easton bats. and stuff like that.
double wall bats.
No, they were aluminum. Ting!
Yeah.
They were garbage.
Yeah.
Ting!
They would dent.
Dent.
They were
Oh,
thin,
yeah,
you know.
No,
dents
they
all
most
You had
of
to
them
make
had
sure
dents.
before you went up to bat, you
Yeah,
had that
twist the
behind
bat.
you.
Yeah, twist the bat so the dent wasn't going to catch them all.
And I remember in Pony League we had a lot of wooden bats that were like nailed together and stuff. The handles.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah.
doing
Remember that? They
I
would-
remember that. You tape them,
Yeah, they would break,
Yeah.
and you would tack them together
Yeah.
and then put tape around there.
electrical tape.
Electrical tape. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Because I used to hang out down there and play around, and sometimes they would break the bat and throw it in the creek. I'm like, all right, I'll go get that
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And get the handle and go
Yeah.
dig that thing out of the creek
Yeah. Put some Elmo's glue on it.
and then take it home and fix it. Yeah. Yeah, I always was into that Louisville Slugger wooden baseball bats.
Oh yeah.
Baseball was the best, man. It really was. I always enjoyed the heck
Yeah.
out of it because it was summer, right? So you
Yeah.
would have had no school, you had nothing.
Yeah.
Just screwing around. You know.
So did you play NCAA basketball with us guys and all that stuff? I can't remember.
I played for IC.
Oh, you did? That's
I
right.
played a couple years of NCAA, but I played IC.
So were you with
IC
Brian
for-
and
Brian?
and Quayle and
Brian
them?
was a year older,
Yeah.
but I played 1 year against him. He played for IC White. We were
Right, you were IC
and that
Blue.
was a big.
Yeah, rivalry. You
So
were
I
on
played-
Mr. Quayle coach.
I
Blue.
played. Yeah, I played with Tom Quayle and Greg Stoken. Believe it or not,
Yeah,
Greg was a
Stoken.
really good player. Really
Vince,
good player.
Vince Facetta and Mike Quayle.
Yeah, that Stoken could shoot.
Oh yes,
Yeah, like it was a feathery touch.
he was good in the low post.
Yeah,
he
he
just
had nice
could
touch.
block
He's a big
shots
boy.
'cause he had a butt like
Yeah, he was a big boy.
Yeah.
But I remember him being good. Did you guys, were you better than White or were you not better? I know it was close.
Depends
It
on
was
the year.
close. I don't
No,
know.
was
It
it?
was close.
Because Mr.
I
Stewart.
think Mike Unichek played with Brian 1 year, and he was really good.
Yeah, I remember he was tall.
Yeah, but St. Agnes was kind of, I thought, better than both of us.
Oh, for sure. I remember.
Well, they could
like-
combine one.
Yeah, but they
No,
were
they had
red
two
and white.
teams. They had red and white.
Oh, yeah, they
They
did
had like
have red and
Monahans
white.
and
Yeah.
But that's some
They
of the, like, the
Jane on.
natural rivalries we had, you know.
yeah.
Not just North Irwin and
Well, there
Sheridan
was
Terrace.
so
it
many
was
kids,
East
man.
versus West, and St. Agnes against IC, and NCAA versus Pell, and
Yeah.
If you think about that, there was competition all the time.
yeah,
all the time.
yeah.
You know, even at the recreation level, at the playgrounds, we would compete against other playgrounds. But you're like you said, there was IC red, IC blue. There was IC white and IC blue,
Mm-hmm.
and then St. Agnes red and white, and those were battles.
Oh,
Wars.
yeah.
Like battles.
Wars.
They were good at football up at St. Agnes, too.
Yeah,
they had
they were.
Kirby and all them. They were animals. They had real good teams all the time.
Yeah, Ricky was on St. Agnes white.
Yeah.
I think.
Jay Monahan.
Jay Monahan.
They were loaded.
Greg,
They were. They had some serious players.
Can't remember all that.
forget Greg's name. It was
Purse?
like Shogun. Like it was.
Oh,
like
Shogun.
He was a really good player. Jeff Chapla, who was
But
enormous.
think about it. All these little,
He was
all
big,
these
too.
old towns like Pittsburgh, I'm sure Philly, Cleveland, the schools are half the size of what they were.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no more damn farms left in town
Yeah.
in our community like this. But there's half the kids graduating.
Yeah.
We had six. You had a huge class, right?
They were the
I think
biggest
the
ever.
biggest ever. Yeah.
650 or
No,
something.
722 or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Imagine that.
I still don't recognize some people.
Yeah. Oh, me
You
either.
know, if they come
Me
introduce
either.
themselves
No.
on Facebook or whatever, there's still people who I say I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and so imagine the competition you had to have. I mean, so when you
You
were
had
on
to
a
be
high school
really
team
good.
of any sort, you
Yeah.
were a player.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, in high school, my basketball team, I might have made it, but I wasn't playing. We were so good.
Yeah.
they were loaded.
You know,
Yeah.
and there's kids I know is better and went to small high schools that were starting and stuff.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I couldn't play.
Yeah,
at
if you
Irwin.
would have went from Norton to a small
Kidding me?
school, it graduates 100, you'd have been a superstar.
Yeah, it's
Don't you remember those camps like Polchinski's camp,
Right.
summer thing? There were probably 150 kids at that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I got thrown out though that couple times.
But he didn't put up with any shit. You know?
No, I got thrown.
But
out. I was too
I just
disruptive.
remember every class probably had 30 or 40 kids trying to play high school ball. This
Oh,
might,
yeah.
might only get 12 or what
Yeah,
did they
especially
take?
in basketball.
Yeah, you only
can
took
take
12 kids.
10 or 12.
Yeah, baseball was even harder, I
Yeah,
think, because
baseball was
everybody
hard.
played baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, baseball was really hard.
Everybody played baseball. I got tossed off that too.
Yeah, Mr. Horvath was tough. I mean, you couldn't get in any trouble.
Pawanda got me on there.
If you got in trouble, you were blackballed. So that leads me to, I don't know if I should, we don't need to go through all your IOUP days, do we? Because you guys went.
No, but I will tell you.
We got to talk about the time spring break, though, down in
Oh,
Florida,
yeah.
where you two were both at IUP, I think, at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And
The Irwin boys went to spring break.
yeah, I was in high school, but my brother Brian was working at the Button, and he had an apartment with Dwayne and another, Ronnie Caleb.
Oh, Ron Caleb, yeah.
Yeah, they were all down there bouncing. And I might have got down there a day or two before you guys did. And they're like, hey, you can't, you guys know Chickenhawk and Mark's coming, and Mark's got a buddy who's coming, and they're
Yeah.
coming in from IUP. I'm like, oh, yeah, that'll be great.
Who else came with? Quaylen come with us? Licks did.
Everybody did.
Yeah,
Billy
the-
Llewellyn.
Billy was there, Michael.
Maybe Frank.
One of our buddies, your brother, Brian.
Gumby was there.
Here's the
Gumby
deal.
was randomly
We
there.
all had, Gumby was there. So we all had a buddy from Irwin, Brian,
Right, yeah, my
who
brother.
had a free place for us to stay.
That's
So
right.
all we had to do was pay for a ticket. And
Yeah.
that was good. That was
Yeah.
that was high tide
We
for
went
us.
for 10
Oh,
days,
it was-
too.
it
was
like-
we weren't, this wasn't no 5
No.
day trip.
No. Like I took
It
2
was
weeks
10
out of
days.
like high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It
But
was nuts.
he had a place maybe 3
Milne went down.
Yeah, Scott was there. 3 miles maybe. And this is when, remember I told that story last time about being in Fort Lauderdale or whatever. I was wondering how we all started that whole thing. It started with Brian and
Because he was a
Ronnie
bouncer.
Caleb. They
They're
went down
bouncers.
there in maybe March or something, or
Yeah.
February,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to become bouncers at that
Well, the
bar.
yeah,
the world famous button. They made a
the
movie
Button is
about
where
it.
they started the college games.
Right.
Right.
The T-shirt contest, all that stuff was
Right.
at
They got
that
way
bar.
out of
Yeah.
control.
That
That's
was
where
a,
it started.
they made
There
movies.
was a movie about it. It was college
It
spring
was
break.
at the button.
Yeah.
It was
was filmed.
crazy.
Right.
The greatest thing about that was Brian and all them. It was unlimited
Alcohol.
beer and stuff. We didn't
Yeah.
pay for that
Nothing.
either.
I think you had to be 18, right? Back
No,
then?
no, it was.
No.
Was it still
It
21?
was 21, but they didn't.
We
card.
didn't even
Nobody-
they didn't card us 'cause
nobody
Brian
did.
was the bouncer.
The whole city didn't card. It
No.
was crazy,
No, it was
man.
nuts.
It was out of control.
It was
Yeah,
crazy.
it was.
This is before they put fences up.
They
and all
had
that.
to,
It was-
to control it. It was
but
getting
I mean,
wild.
and there was nowhere else to go to spring break, so everybody went to Fort
Right.
Lauderdale. And it was just the craziest thing
Oh,
you
it
ever
was out
seen
of
in your
control.
living
If
life.
your parents would see, if our parents would have seen it, they'd have been like,
There
"What
were
the
no
world?"
rules.
No,
There
rules.
was no,
None.
it was carnage.
I can remember going in the button the first time, and they were doing one of the contests with up on the stage. First day we're there. It's in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And they're pouring beer down the butt cracks of women, and other guys are down there drinking it
Yeah.
on the stage. It was
middle of
like,
the
I
day.
couldn't believe what I was
They
seeing.
would do 2 contests a day, 2 college contests.
Yeah,
And there would be like 6 colleges
Yeah.
that would compete
yeah.
in one session. And then when that one would finish up, they would wait and you go out. Remember, you'd leave the
Yeah,
bar and go in
right.
the water?
They'd go up to the
That
pool
place stunk
upstairs
so
too.
bad.
They'd go up to that pool.
That place stunk so bad.
Oh, my
but I
God.
remember Brian, your brother, had fixed the T-shirt contest for
Oh, yeah.
IUP girls to win. IUP girls of all colleges
Right.
refused to take their tops off and they didn't win. Brian's like, you guys take your tops off all day long. You don't do it when you're going to win money.
Yeah.
We had you as the clear favorites.
There's
in
no
this thing.
UP for you. But your cousin was working there. That's how Brian got in, right? Wasn't your cousin working there?
No. But
Who
he
was working there that
Oh,
they
Rick
knew?
Rowling knew
Yeah,
it, dude.
Rick was
Rick
there.
Rowling knew.
Rick Rowling.
Because Rick was there and we were there.
No, Rick wasn't
No.
there.
I
That
thought he was.
O'Shea was there.
Yeah,
O'Shea.
O'Shea.
Ricky
yeah.
was a bouncer.
O'Shea.
Yeah.
O'Shea.
Real,
Dark hair.
real lean dude with the
Yeah.
big hands.
Yeah.
He used to bounce with Rick at Wildwood.
Okay.
So Brian was saying he wanted to go, bounce somewhere. And he's like, well, let me call, I think it was Jimmy.
Typical jobs for Pittsburgh guys back then, right? They were the bouncers.
Yeah. So I did it at bars in
Yeah.
what do you call it, Ocean City. But he called Jimmy O'Shea, and Jimmy's like, "Yeah, come down." So that's
how it started.
Yeah, he was from Seton LaSalle.
Okay.
That was our hookup, huh?
Yeah, he knew
that
my
was
cousin Ricky,
Yeah.
and
I thought Rick came down one time or
he
something.
might have been down there. He was all muscular.
Yeah, he had all the chicks he could get.
He was like racked out pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yes,
But that
sir.
O'Shea was like a surfer dude. Remember?
Yeah.
he was.
Nice guy.
Yeah, I was.
He'd be over at the Subway asking for like triple meat because he needed
There was a subway. There was a subway right across the street. It's
Right.
all we ate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Remember that?
Brian would have a handful of money. He'd say, "Go get your Subways."
Yep. And that was the way it was
They were
back
taking
then.
a lot of money out of that place.
One of
Brian
us had a
and
job. One of us had, there's a lot of skin.
Even Dwayne, had wads of cash.
Yeah.
Right.
And he would just hand you like $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd be like, whoa, this is out of control down here.
But we had a free place to stay.
Yeah.
And our boy was working at the
Yeah.
best bar, so we'd get free beer. So we were all there. We
good.
took a busload, baby.
Once you and I got to figure out where we were staying at the first.
Yeah,
night.
you've heard that. So remember we got let off at the Button. Weren't they arresting Brian?
Yeah,
they were arresting.
They're
Brian.
arresting
We
him
got-
because
that-
the
I
window was
forgot about
broken. He put somebody through something.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
put someone through a window.
So as soon as we get out of the cab, he comes out with handcuffs. They're arresting him.
yeah.
Right?
right.
We're
I
like, what
remember
the heck?
this.
So we go in, and all his buddies were still there. So we were partying, and then we lost everybody. How did we lose everybody?
You and
I
ended up
remember
separated.
Dwayne took us home, but you guys missed the lift.
Well, you know what? We were good-looking men back then, so we might have been,
Yeah. I mean,
you know how it is back in the day.
back in the day, it was if you were
Yeah.
MIA, we figured you hook up.
Yeah,
You
you're
were-
fine. We'll find.
find you tomorrow.
But the problem was we had no address because you had no phones then. No
We didn't have
phone
a
number. They didn't have a phone in the place.
First night
They did
we've
not have
ever-
a phone.
First day we've ever been in Fort Lauderdale.
First time we were ever in Florida.
maybe Florida.
Right.
You flew on
And here
People's
we are.
Airline.
And here we are.
So
What were
Todd
you doing?
and I,
Like after
we
the
just
bar
started
closed?
walking.
So we just started walking around, and we kept walking and walking, and the sun started coming up.
Oh dear Lord.
And now, after all that drinking
Yeah,
all
dude.
day, we're actually hungover because
sure.
it's
yeah,
morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, Todd, what are we going to do here? We have no idea what we're doing.
Nowhere to go.
And
We had no idea.
This van pulls up,
Yep.
Yeah.
and it says, he goes, "You guys want some work?"
We said, you
said,
going to the
"Todd,
beach? You
Todd,"
working
I
at
said,
the
"Todd."
beach?
What do you think? He's like, "Let's do it." So we jump in this van, and it
Lucky you
starts
didn't end up in
stopping.
somebody's
it starts
basement.
stopping in
Yeah,
every
listen.
corner,
Yeah.
and all these like bums
yeah.
He's
would
picking-
jump in the van.
Picking the bums up.
And I said, Todd, I didn't come to spring break to do any construction work. Next time you stop, we're out the door.
No, they took us up the beach, maybe 10 blocks, and they had like a big building. And we got out in the building and we're waiting.
I remember this
And they
place.
gave you to get in line.
Yeah.
And I look at him and
Yeah.
he looks at me and goes, dude, we're not going to go in here and do this.
That's
But
where they
no,
gi-
no, no, no.
that's where
I
they
said,
gave you
we
your
turned around, There was a
assignments.
bus pulled up. We jumped
You
on
know
the.
that. They gave you your assignments.
Yeah,
at
we
that
jumped on the
building.
bus and said, are you going down towards the bars, the Button? Yeah, whatever he yelled.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay. We thought, okay, down the beach we went, another 10 blocks, saw the Button, jumped off the bus, there we were, ready to party for
What
the
did you
next
do?
day.
Just wait until they opened that place
I don't
up
even.
and then
I
catch
don't
up with
know.
them?
I don't-
went on
I
the
don't
beach
even
and
know how
see-
that all went.
I don't even
Well,
know.
what you probably did is just because that used to open around noon or something.
But I know we were in line with about 100 bums. We were going to go do work for the day. They're giving you coffee and something, a donut in the morning.
Yeah, if you didn't have work,
Right.
you
about
could
it.
go anywhere. Like in Hollywood, if you weren't working that day, you could go stand at the bus stop. Not a bus stop,
Yeah.
but a work pickup.
Yeah, they
line.
just stopped and looked. We must have looked like we were in rough shape.
You think about it.
No, they had a program, though, for
our first
that.
day
Right.
in spring break, and we're going to do hard labor. Whatever.
Dude, it was a free ride to the beach. It was a free ride to the
It would've
beach.
been hysterical
We're like the
if you
chain
would-
gang.
If you got stuck out there somewhere.
I know.
They took you like into fields and.
No, we bailed because we were in line. I remember
got
the
it.
line
We
building, and we
You're
looked at
picking
each
up
other like,
trash
nah,
and-
this don't make no sense. We got to
What are we
bail,
doing
man.
here?
But we knew we were on the beach because that building was on the beach, but we knew it wasn't. We just had, that's all we knew was the Button. We didn't know shit else.
Oh, no.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
We weren't paying
And
for a
they
cab.
didn't even live that way. They lived back Los Olas
In-
Boulevard.
into the
No idea.
Way
Inland.
back that way.
Well, we
yeah.
started walking that way because I do
Okay.
remember we got to an area that kind of looked like, but they all look like it's all flat,
Oh, it looks
right?
the same down there.
And that van pulled up. We looked at each other. We're like, he's going to the beach. We might as well jump a ride.
Yeah, they were a good mile, I would say 3 miles west.
Yeah,
there.
I don't know how far we
Dead
were.
nuts west. You just took Los Olas and then a couple little turns.
Man, I would love to know what our conversation was that day.
I was down there a few years ago. The Button's gone,
Right.
But the elbow room's still there.
Is it really
It
there?
is
It's
there.
still packed.
It's
No
still packed.
kidding?
Oh, yeah.
It's
I was
still
there a couple
packed.
years ago. Yeah.
The elbow room's still there.
Yeah.
is.
Right there. Yeah. Still there and it's packed, like you said. 2 floors worth.
Man,
I remember being there in the morning.
Yeah.
And there were people
Yeah.
screaming and partying at
In the morning.
8 in the morning. I said,
Yeah.
what is going on here?
Yeah, all day,
Oh,
all
it was
day.
all
This is
day
like
long.
IUP on steroids down there.
Yeah.
Oh, it was out of control down there.
It was, and the
out of
Canadian.
control.
If you remember, the Canadians were the wildest ones.
They
They
were.
were.
They would
They
get
were.
up on the stage and they'd do
were
whatever
wild.
they had. They'd drink whatever you put in front of them, rip their clothes
They were
off. They were
wild.
nuts.
Yeah.
Don't you remember in the crowd when you're watching this college competition, which was they would do like the craziest stunts and all that crazy stuff, and like you said, wet T-shirt things and different things like that. But there would be literally girls on guys' shoulders with no clothes on.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like right next to
Yeah.
you, you're going, oh my
Yeah.
God. You're,
Right.
I'm in high school. I'm going, what? Like totally nude.
It
I
was
can't
out of
believe you guys
control.
were there. You were in high school. You weren't even a senior in high school.
No, I was a senior.
You were a
Yeah, he
senior.
was
yeah,
a
I was
senior.
a senior.
But to think that your whole crew of high school kids were down there for
The
10
only one
days
that
in
was from
total
high school
mayhem.
was me and Milne.
Oh, how
And Milne was
Oh,
twen-
you and Milne, okay.
Milne was 20 by
okay,
then.
Okay.
Yeah, Milne was 28.
Yeah.
But
Love
yeah.
you, Scott.
But
He
don't
was
you-
legal to drink. He was legal to drink.
He was legal. I'm sure he was legal. He had to be.
Damn near.
He drove me to my dance in ninth grade at East. He picked me up in the Dodge Start and take me to school. Ninth grade. Who the hell drives a car in ninth grade?
Scotty.
Scotty. One of the greatest. But me and him were in high school, and then Frank was just out, and Volpe was just out, and Billy was just out, and Mike was out maybe. Llewellyn was out 2 years. You were out 2. You were out 3. And your friend, what was his name? I can't remember who that dude was, but he got sunburned off
Mike
the shit.
Medjevic.
Mike.
So
He was so nice, that kid.
You know, we were drinking grain alcohol on the beach all day.
And this is
And he-
Remember
it's
you-
funny.
I
It's not the
still-
grain they have
we're-
today. It was straight up
But
grain.
we're going
hard
into
stuff.
it.
190
Casper,
proof.
Yeah.
We're going into a Casper White, right? So
Yeah.
you're going to get sunburned.
Oh,
Yeah.
And he went and he passed out on the beach.
Oh, I remember this. I remember this now.
He got like
Bad.
3rd-degree burns.
Yeah.
you had
bad.
Boils. Like his whole vacation was ruined.
Yeah.
Right.
He had the shakes.
We didn't care. We were
Yeah, we're like, hey,
Oh,
suck
yeah.
it up, kid.
Dude, I,
we don't
Get a blanket.
Yeah.
I do remember.
dumbass.
I still remember going into their apartment. But they were on the second floor, huh?
Yeah.
They were on the second
But
floor.
you know what we did?
And it was just an open room. Remember, it
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
open room.
They had no furniture.
First night we were just laid on the ground there for
Yeah.
first couple nights, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah. Chickenhawk, you met a girl.
Yeah, I met a girl.
A hippie chick.
yep.
Purdue.
No, this
No,
is
this
before
is
Purdue.
before Purdue.
Oh, boy.
He met that girl from Purdue. That way, we never saw Chickenhawk.
Yeah, I had. Yeah, that was.
You had it bad.
But this girl was like a hippie back when there were no hippies.
Right.
Because it was in the 80s. The
She
hippies
was
were the
cute,
70s.
though.
She was cute. Oh, yeah. But she had like the bush. Like she wore
Yeah.
like the hippie hat.
Yeah.
And she had, I remember, a backpack with a tent and all. She
Yep.
was
Yeah.
basically probably thumb down there.
Yeah.
And had a
Cruising around.
tent and stuff. Well, I don't know what had happened. She left and she said she'd come back.
Yeah.
She probably couldn't find her way back.
No, probably
But
not.
she left her shit there, like her
Yeah.
tent and all
Yeah.
that.
Oh, is that how that?
That's how that
and
happened.
what we did with the tent is me and Chickenhawk were completely smashed, loaded. Like 2 a.m. We're like, this is so wide open in here. We need some separation in here. So we put the tent up
In the room.
and we drove the stakes down into the freaking wood, straight down into the roof.
I don't remember that.
You remember that?
I
Brian
remember
was
the
so
tent. I
mad.
didn't
Brian
remember.
was so mad because she had like a hammer in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We took the thing and spiked it in,
Pop the tent up right there, baby.
and we would sleep in that tent
Inside.
inside the house. Well, it wasn't a house; it was an apartment.
Yep. No furniture at all.
Oh,
They had a bed.
He was
Dwayne
so mad
and Brian had a bed.
because
Dwayne was
we
mad.
damaged the house.
Well, him and
Oh, yeah,
Dwayne,
he
and
was mad.
Brian, Dwayne, and Caleb would spend all night counting all the money they took out of the button, if you remember.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think they had a little kitchen table or something.
Yeah, they had so much money; it was ridiculous.
Oh, jeez.
It was out of control there.
Yeah, I don't know who owned that, but man, they probably didn't. I don't know. It was.
I don't
nuts.
think they cared. They were making so much money.
It was all cash back in.
Yeah.
you know?
Can remember drinking so much I couldn't drink anymore down there. It was like I'm done. Don't
Yeah, you
even
had to
hand
go.
me
You
nothing.
had to go to the grain alcohol to get a buzz.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
Because you drank so much beer you couldn't drink it anymore.
yeah.
But I remember we would get like 2 liters of
Yep,
red Hawaiian punch.
Yeah.
And
yep,
we'd dump half of it out.
yep.
And fill the rest of it up with Everclear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And we go to the beach.
In the morning.
Yeah, in the
the
morning.
morning.
And we would go on the beach
The,
swimming.
the funnest times on there were the daylight hours, though.
Oh, my God,
At
yeah.
night, it wasn't.
yeah.
No, you were done by night.
We were done.
Yeah, you were burnt out because there wasn't like 10 other places to go. Everybody was
No,
going
it was
there.
Fort Lauderdale.
There was one
Rip,
place.
man. Then
Yeah.
Texas started. Then
You didn't ask where you were going when
No.
you said I'm going
Yeah,
to spring
spring
break.
break.
It's like, I'll see you in Lauderdale.
Yeah, see you in Lauderdale.
Yeah, it was a good time.
And if you had any connections. I mean, that was luck, because it was hard to get in them bars unless you had a.
Oh, we would walk right in like we were bosses.
If you weren't one of them competitions, you weren't
Especially
getting
like
in.
you were like 16.
Yeah, I was 16. No, 17.
17.
17.
But we were bosses down there. That was a good
Oh,
time,
it was
man.
crazy.
Jeez,
But do you remember
man.
going to Penrod's and some of them other ones like
Yeah.
Secrets?
Oh, yeah.
And there was other bars too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Elbow Room.
Yeah.
One night we went to the Holiday Inn in Boca,
Yeah.
which was neat because Scarface had just come out.
Yeah.
And it felt like that scene when Tony Tony Montana was in that bar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is pretty cool, Miami Vice.
That whole vibe down there was Tony Montana.
It was.
That was the day, right?
It was.
Gold
That
was-
necklaces.
We
and
weren't
stuff.
into any of that shit, like
No.
drugs or anything, but cocaine was everywhere down there.
Oh, everywhere.
It was literally.
I think it was Miami Vice time.
It,
season.
Yeah.
it was. It was
Yeah.
there was just drugs, not drugs. Cocaine was everywhere, not other drugs.
I don't know how aware we were at the time.
We
we never touched it.
No, we
But
never
I
did
don't even
that
know
shit.
if we really knew how
How
I
to
don't
do
even know
it.
what it
prevalent
did.
it was. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't even know what it did
we
for
didn't
you.
win.
But we
But
never
looking
took
back,
it.
we're there in the early to mid '80s. That was the highlight of the
Oh, I
Cuban crime
remember,
wave and all the cocaine coming to.
That's probably who
States.
owned those.
But there would be kids in the
Still
bathroom
own those
doing
places.
that shit.
Yeah.
You go in the button, there would be dudes in the
Yeah.
bathroom doing that kind of stuff. You'd see it, but you'd never partook in it.
We didn't know what the heck it was anyhow where we were from, right?
No, I never saw it anywhere in my life but there.
I don't think of all the people we were with. None of us even smoked weed.
No.
No, I didn't. No, never did.
The whole group.
No.
No, I just drank beer and grain alcohol.
I didn't smoke weed. I drank great alcohol.
We did have
that's
alcohol
okay.
abuse to the max.
Oh, dude,
that was
we
a
drank that
Pittsburgh
stuff
thing.
in high school like it was water.
Yeah,
we
it
would
was a
have.
Pittsburgh
I remember Scott drinking a Mickey's Big Mouth.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Oh, yeah.
Joey Legowski throwing one of Mickey's Big Mouth through one of them giant signs in Ocean City one time. You know them signs, like hotel signs? Want to whip it through.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, those Mickey Big Mouths were, I hated them.
They were like,
Tasted them
yeah,
things.
they weren't good.
They were nasty.
They were horrible.
Was it kind of like the beer that Rolling Rock was, but it was always skunkier?
It was skunky. It would taste skunk.
You know
It
what
was
else-
like a little round
You know
green
what else
bottle.
was skunk? What was that? It was a brand name, and it was a cutoff of the brand name.
Oh, Jenny Cream.
Jenny
Ale.
Yes.
Cream Ale, yeah.
You want to talk about the shits?
Yeah.
That and Stroh's.
Oh, yeah.
I remember
that
us.
Jenny Cream.
Stroh's isn't even around anymore, huh?
None of it is. Jenny is, maybe.
Stroh's was the big beer back then.
Oh, it was
And,
big.
and Smith's.
Schmitz. Yeah, I remember
With
Schmitz.
the blue label on Stroh's. So really, even though we all grew up in little parts of a small town, we all got together as we got a little older and hit the beach. Huh? So North Irwin was a lot with Sheridan Terrace and
Yeah.
the Circleville
Yeah,
boys
the-
and the West boys and the East. But yeah, we kind of all got, as you get older, all those little cliques
Yeah,
kind
and
of
the
combine.
sports. Yeah.
Yeah, it's-
kinda-
Yeah, sports bring you all together.
Yeah, you go from regional stuff to.
But there are a lot of North Irwin kids that just never lived there. They never left there.
They never left there,
No,
right.
they were true and true. Like,
Yeah.
they're there. Nothing against
Anybody
it.
still live there?
Oh
No,
yeah,
heck-
a lot of people I grew
Yeah,
up
heck
with.
yeah.
Yeah, still there.
You know, they grew up there. Their kids grew up there.
Yeah,
Their
it's
grandchildren
nice.
live in North Irwin. It's a little different than it was because we never locked our doors. Never even thought about locking our
Right.
doors. And I understand now it's not quite that. It's not bad.
Right.
But it's not how it was. Like I guess like any place nowadays. But
Yeah, but there's still no crime in North Irwin. Very, very
I
little.
wouldn't think so.
Very, very
Yeah, the
little.
thing that that's just disappointing to me is like all the playgrounds, all those ball fields.
Yeah.
There's nothing there unless it's organized. You know, that's a shame.
Is North Irwin ball field still good? Or they got a cut
I
and
think
everything?
so. That reminds me of we just said playgrounds and things.
Yeah.
We would play different playgrounds, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Kickball
Oh, that's what it was.
or whatever. I can't remember all of them. Zim Zam. I don't know.
yeah.
They were wars.
Wars.
Yeah.
Wars.
And then we played football against Sheridan Terrace and Larmer.
Really?
Yeah, tackle football, not the
Yeah.
playgrounds. This
Right.
was, this was,
Right.
and it was a war.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
were
tackle
bloodied.
football, people were bleeding.
Oh, yeah.
CTO broke his wrist and cut his cast off to play in the game. Credit Tom Oliver. I don't know if you're familiar.
yeah.
CTO.
Yeah, CTO. And it's not even a cut. He called himself CTO.
Oh, did he?
Okay. So, yeah, he cut his cast off one time to play football.
Yeah, he was a bit of a man child too when we
He
were
was
little.
enormous. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even describe how rough these games were.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was fun stuff, though, dude.
I thought high school football was cake compared to the playground football.
Yeah, down on Irwin Playground.
Oh, my God.
With Brian was the one. He was the beast.
But there was bunches of them. They were
I
like
know.
these big freaks with the big freak boots. You know, they wouldn't wear spikes, but they were giant dudes.
Yeah,
They couldn't
everybody
tackle
played.
Gumby.
Yeah.
Because Gumby,
Gumby could
when he
move.
got to you, he put his head down. No one ran with their head down without a helmet on back then, but Gumby.
Yeah.
Okay, he would. He'd lower his
That
head.
does explain a few things.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He would lower his head, and you don't know how to
Right.
tackle someone with a
Gumby was
lowered head.
fast too, though.
Yeah.
Gumby could
Oh
move.
yeah. No, they couldn't tackle him. He was a little kid. He played with the big guys.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah.
needed him.
Yeah, Gumby could play. I tell you, he was a good player. I thought he was the best player on our football team in high school.
Yeah, he was good.
He had a hard time remembering the plays. But he played with Jimmy Kerp and
Yeah.
Billy Scalise. We ran a wishbone. Mm-hmm. And it was Billy was the fullback.
Yeah,
And,
which is funny now, right? Billy's the
yeah.
littlest one.
Yeah, but he was a hell tough kid.
Yeah, oh, hell yeah.
And Kerpy and Gumby.
Yeah.
And Kerpy got the ball most of the time. He was good, really good.
He was really good.
But
Yeah.
Volpe, I thought, was just as good. But he would go the wrong way a lot.
Yeah, he
And,
would. I remember
One
them
small
yelling.
problem.
Yeah, one small problem. So he would
sounds like
the
it.
way he would get touchdowns, and he got a lot of them. Was he would run kicks back, because
Yeah.
like they would. He always was a kickoff.
He had to go this way. He didn't have to think too much.
Yeah,
Just
you didn't have to,
down the field, run.
he didn't have to mix 46 with 47. He just
Took off.
Yeah, Gumby, he was a hell of a player. Great player. Great guy.
the North
Funny,
Irwin
funny
boys.
guy. Great guy. Great sense of humor. Great
Yeah.
disposition.
He's way better looking than the rest of us.
Yeah, he looks like a movie star.
Yeah,
or
he-
did.
he
I don't know
did.
I don't know how that
Probably
all
still-
shook
Probably
out.
still does.
Yeah, I'd imagine. I haven't seen him in a long time.
I haven't seen him either.
But
So, Gumby, if you're up here, make sure you reach out.
yeah, you reach
You're
out.
back in the Berg. So you're a grandpap now, so it comes full
am.
circle for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decker's a year and a few months.
Yeah,
year
he
and
looks
3
like a
months.
Patterson boy, by the way.
Yeah,
You don't
he
see
looks-
that
he looks
dark
like
hair and
his-
that dark
He
skin.
looks like his mummy.
Does he?
Yeah, Carly, my daughter-in-law's blonde.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he looks like
I just, they live in Savannah, which kind of stinks because I don't
Yeah.
get to see him. But I FaceTime him here and there. I get down when I can.
Yeah.
But that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
I just turned 60. That's even harder to believe.
Yeah, you did.
I
didn't
never,
you?
when we
You
were
turned
young, 60
a
people
week
were
ago.
dead.
Yeah.
Like people lived to be 60 when we were little.
Yeah. A lot of my
50 was definitely old.
yeah. A lot of my relatives were dying at 60.
Oh,
yeah.
no doubt. So that was like a week ago, dude.
Yeah, 19th.
Yeah,
It was,
January 19th.
Last Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
A grandpap in 60.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
60.
So
Can't
that ball
believe
didn't hit you that hard then,
No.
buddy, if you made it this
No.
far doing this
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm
man.
blessed.
Yeah, you
I
are,
really am.
buddy. Good for you.
I have 2 great kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 boys, right?
2 boys.
Yeah. Yeah,
My
you're a
best
boy
friends.
dad. You're a boy dad.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, you're a boy dad.
Yeah.
So we all have 2 kids, right? You
Yeah.
have 2. I have
Yeah.
2. We have Todd and I, boy and girl. You have 2 boys.
Yeah. I would have met my wife a little earlier. We'd had a lot more, but
Yeah. I was late too
yeah.
with kids. I didn't have kids till late.
Yeah.
One question I do have for both of you guys is, how did you get permission or from the government to allow you to reproduce?